Hello fanatics, Crazy Russian Dad here, and today's installment of USA versus Russia, we will look at women. Yes, we will look at the whole gender. Do not worry, this is approved for all audiences. Of course, at one level, women and men, people are the same everywhere, and yet there are some, I guess, cultural differences. I'll start in my childhood, and let's look at like gender roles. We lived together with my grandmother and grandfather, babushka and dedushka, and babushka would always be making food or waiting for dedushka, the man, to come back from, I don't know, some kind of a party meeting, slightly tipsy, and saying, okay, dinner is on the table. And I helped every now and again to like take out a plate or maybe clean the plate, but I never thought that somehow it was also for me to do. It was always obvious that this is for a woman to do. Nobody told me that, of course, but that's just how it was. I'm not proud, but I guess I'm just kind of sharing this is how it was. It was a very patriarchal society. Maybe things are different today, so please tell me. On the other hand, you knew as a man in Russia that women were actually better, that you were like supposed to give up your seat for a woman on the bus. You knew that you were supposed to be a gentleman. But here in America, I will give you an example. My very first job, they had me take this sexual harassment training. Instructor, she was good. She asked, the whole group, like, would you do something different for a woman that you would do for a man? And then she singled me out. I don't know why. Maybe I looked particularly clueless. But I said, yes, I would do some things different for a woman. She's like, well, what kinds of things? I said, well, if we're at the door, I would open the door for a lady. And if she's carrying, I don't know, 500-pound box of like printer paper, I would ask if she needs help. If a woman enters the room, I would stand up because that's polite. That's what a gentleman does. The instructor went completely nuts. She said it's absolutely discrimination. It's absolutely sexual harassment, and I must never do that. I must never do something for a woman that would not do for a man. I personally thought that she was nuts, but I wanted the job. So from that day forth, what I decided to do is I will do it for all people. Okay, so now when people enter my office, well, I don't have an office, but when they come into my like 3 foot by 3 foot cubicle, I stand up, whether it's a man or a woman. I open doors for all my colleagues because that way I'm not, God forbid, God bless America, I'm not discriminating against anybody. Whereas back in Russia, I don't know if it's still true. Okay, this one is controversial. When I was in Russia last, I was staying with a friend and I picked up a newspaper, and in the help wanted section, looking for an office manager, must be a young, attractive female. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I asked my friend and I said, what is this? Is it like April 1st or is this maybe like some kind of a funny paper? He said, no, that's just how we look for people for a job. You don't want somebody too old or too young or too fat or too male. And I was like, oh my God, is this for real? My Russian friends, don't kill me. Maybe it has changed. You need to find the best person for the job. Now granted, if you're looking for like a female swimmer for a female, I don't know, synchronized swimming team, then yes, you probably are looking for a female. But otherwise, you should not be looking for a female. And what else to talk about? Yeah, how women dress. Now I'm in trouble, but I will say it anyway. I do see the differences. Here in America, women seem to dress for comfort. Of course, if it's a black tie event, she'll be wearing, I don't know, that little black dress or whatever they write in the New Yorker about. But otherwise, just dress for comfort. Jeans, sweatpants, sneakers, all cool. Not so in Russia, or at least the Russia that I remember. Even if it's 11 a.m. in the morning and the woman steps out to go 400 steps to buy milk, she will absolutely put on her makeup, high heels, everything black, leather, dressed to kill. Please, ladies, if you don't do that, or if people don't do that in the modern Russia, I totally get it. I am old and I'm speaking about, like, I don't know, the Russia that I remember. By the way, back to the whole gender roles. Okay, I will for a moment touch upon the subject of Russian ladies that live in the United States. It seems to me as though they lead a double life. And I don't mean like spies. I just mean like they seem to have fully bought into the whole emancipated female role, meaning working, they like work 60 hours a week and like they're as tired as men. But also they try to live like their grandmother. They still try to like make a 6-course dinner, like cook and do all of that as if they were like the woman of the 17th century. Look at what Russian mothers would give to their children for lunch. You think it would be peanut butter and jelly sandwich? No. It will be soup, it will be, I don't know, cutlet, it will be something else. Nothing like a hot lunch for the little Joshua. I'm not suggesting American women don't cook, God forbid. I am just saying that I think the Russian ladies in the States sort of do a double shift. These were just a few items that I wanted to touch upon. I am sure people will be mad at me for saying these things, but I hope I did not offend, too many people. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Stay cool and good night.